Hi, and welcome to another installment of the Business Spotlight, part of an initiative by the Spanish Speaks Business Alliance and the World Journal, where we highlight different businesses, organizations, and nonprofits in Huerfano County, and highlight what goods and services they're doing and what they're all about, how they were affected by COVID, and how they had to adapt to that situation. So to start off with, if you could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Hi, my name is Kathy Hill, and I'm president of the Spanish Peaks Art Council in La Vida, also known as SPACE. Um, we're a nonprofit organization, Spanish Peaks Art Council, and we have a gallery. Actually, there are two galleries and a gift shop in our building. We also sponsor a variety of events in addition to our gallery. The gallery, there are two galleries, and we have shows in those galleries that change about once a month. So there's a couple times a year when they go on for 2 months, the shows. And any artist is eligible to enter those shows. We do have a very small entry fee, $5 per piece, which is pretty small in today's world. We also have our gift shop, which is a place where members of our organization, artist members, can show and sell their work. As I said, we're a nonprofit and we're supported by members. Probably about half our members are working or artists, and the other half are either they appreciate arts or they support the arts, or they're hobby artists that support our organization.
Okay, and whenever the pandemic arrived, how did COVID affect the galleries, and how did you kind of have to adapt to that?
Well, of course, in April and May, we had to be closed,
Right.
which really hurts us a lot because we do rely on sales and not so much for operation, but to get the artists to support us and put work in our gallery, we need to be open or they don't want to participate. So that did affect us when it first closed. Had some events coming up in the summer. That's our main time of the year. We had a children's art workshop and art in the park, which is a big fundraiser for us. And so at that time in April and May, we had to decide whether we were going to go ahead and try to have these events or not. And it was difficult. We have directors that are involved. There's a lot of things. And we had vendors who'd already signed up for Art in the Park by that time, paying their vendor fee, which is how we make our money on it. And we had to decide, are we going to have this or not, because they have to make their plans. So we decided we'll cancel it, and we had to refund. All the vendor fees that we had already. Time consuming, and of course we lost all the fundraising that we were going to have out of that. That was our biggest effect. Then the children's art workshop, we made plans for that. We had to engage teachers who, some of them decided they didn't want to do that because of COVID. It was going to be in July and involving children, and it was just hard to decide, shall we do this, shall we not do this? And it took a lot of time, volunteer work. So those were things that were going on in May, pretty much, trying to decide.
Has the situation improved since then? Have you been able to get any projects up and running and galleries open again?
Well, we've been able, ever since the end of May, we've been able to be open.
Right.
And that was even difficult to achieve because the health department classified us as a museum, and museums are not allowed to be open. Well, we are not a museum. We're an art gallery, and we offer artwork for sale. We're supported by our sales. And so we finally convinced the health department to let us open because we're not a museum. That was also something else that, was something we had to work with, but we were allowed to open. And so we've had, We provide masks if people don't have them. We provide gloves if they want them. We have hand sanitizers. We sanitize the doorknobs and things that people are likely to touch when they go in and out. We don't allow more than 10 people at a time in the gallery, which has affected our openings. Every time we have a new show, we have an opening reception for our show, which usually draws around 50 people coming and going at the event. It's an open house. And we always have lots of homemade food to give to people as part of our reception, and wine. And with the COVID restrictions, we haven't been able to have the food or the wine. And it's just, we just don't have those events anymore that people like to come and socialize and look at the artwork. And so we don't have that. We have had receptions, but we don't have food or drinks or, we can only have 10 people at a time.
All right. So lastly, just anything else people might not know about the gallery, maybe these sort of events that are coming up in the future, and where people can find you guys and how they can contact you.
Well, we have 2 more shows this year. We have one coming up next week where artists can enter it, and it's a clay and fiber show. So anyone who's working with clay, ceramics, pottery, or with fiber art, which includes a whole range of materials. Fiber art can be freestanding or hang on the wall. Can enter the shows. And we have a website. It's SpanishPeaksArts.org. And we post information on the website with the rules and forms and everything you need to enter the shows. We'll be taking in artwork next week on Thursday and Saturday, I believe. Then we have our Gift of Art show, which is a show we've had ever since we became the Spanish Peaks Arts Council, which was in 1997, 98. Before that, we were Friends of the Arts Guild and became a nonprofit in about 1997, 98. I say it was because it went over a couple of seasons, but the Gift of Art show we've had ever since then, 1998. And we encourage artists to enter things that are affordable to give as gifts in the Gift of Art show. We also are going to have guest artists from Trinidad. The Trinidad Art Council will have a show of their own artists and their own artwork at that time. And that one goes through November and December of this year. And again, information's on our website about entering that. And they can always call here, but we're just not open. We have short hours. We're open right now. We're open Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. But after next week, we'll be going to Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for our fall schedule. We're open from 11 to 3 on those days, and people are welcome to call us at 719-742-3074. We also have email, and that's sometimes the best way to get a hold of us because various people look at emails every day. Right. And that is SpanishPeaksArts@gmail.com.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting me share this with the community.
No problem. Thank you.
Bye.